There are two places I write. One is a very dark study, and the other is actually in the dining room, which is very light. And I've never quite worked out when I use which room, what sort of mood I'm in, or what I'm writing. And I've never worked out how the different rooms affect my writing. But it's two very definite places. I've written most of the new book in my dining room, very early in the morning, partly because the light fills that room early on. And I do like writing in morning light. Cookbooks, I tend to write half in the kitchen, sort of standing up at my laptop, and half sitting down. But this one has been very much an early morning book. When I'm writing a cookbook, I scribble notes into a notebook. In fact, I've got diaries full of illegible scribbles, things crossed out and bits of food splodged over them. With something like a narrative book, the writing process is different, and I have to sit at my laptop, actually at a desk or at least at a table, and I put the words down as they come into my head, and then I go back and look at it again and rewrite it, and sometimes delete it, and sometimes just work at it until I feel it's kind of right. My writing process has completely changed over the years. I mean, it started out that I was actually using a typewriter, I think, at the very beginning. And everything had to be written out in longhand first and then copied up. Whereas now my thoughts generally go straight onto my laptop. And I have been known to literally wake up in the night and get out the laptop and write then and there. And I will sit there for half an hour, clicking away, and then go back to bed. And then, of course, I'm really tired in the morning because I've had broken sleep. But the process has changed, and it's continually evolving. I do find now that I can write in places where I would never have thought of. Originally, it had to be a desk, a proper desk. And now it can be anywhere that I can just put down my laptop and press away at the keys. And I've worked with the same editor, Louise Haynes, since my very first book. And the books, in many ways, are I can see a little bit of her in them, a little bit of me in them, because she is such a guiding light. And quite often I will give her pieces and big chunks of book, and she'll say, this isn't quite there. And we go back and I sort of rethink it. And sometimes she doesn't see much of the book until it's almost finished. It just depends. But the magic thing for me is that sometimes if I'm a bit lost or a bit confused, and I talk to my editor about it, she will sometimes say just one tiny thing, and suddenly everything will fall into place, and I see exactly where the book's going, and I see the bits that I've got to redo or rethink, and the bits that work. And I'm just so grateful actually there is somebody there who I trust to just put me on the right track.